Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Alahayanawa Yahweh Achad Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Alahayanawa Yahweh Achad Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Alahayanawa Yahweh Achad Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahasor Kahakudash. I want to give double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone well, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of everything left. I was a hot spirit wind lawyer. Today I want to go into a topic entitled The War Against Israel. The War Against Israel. Alright, so I came across a video on Instagram, I want to say last week, where there was a study, right? And they told the teachers that they wanted to have 4 children to be surveyed or observed, right? And it was 4 pre-K students. There was a little Jake boy, a little Jake girl, a little Edomite boy, a little white Edomite girl. And they told the teachers that they wanted to observe the children, and take a behavioral test. And the alleged test was to test the children to see which one ran across a question that they had a challenge answering. So they told the teachers that they wanted to watch the students to see which child was going to run across a question that they had trouble finding the answer, right? Something to that effect, right? But what they did tell the teachers was that they were really watching the teachers to see which students they were watching the most. And these were pre-K students. And what they found out was, whether it was the so-called white teachers or the so-called black woman teacher, they all watched Jake. They all watched the little so-called black boy. Meaning, that was the one that they really didn't trust the most. So they knew, so based off that test, and the teachers didn't know that was the reason they were being watched. But the teachers were really being tested to see which children that they watched the most. And they all watched the little Jake boy the most, meaning they didn't trust him. So from the time you're in pre-K, you're the one that's being watched. So-called black, Native American, and Hispanic man, especially that Southern Kingdom, you're the one that's being watched. All right? So nobody trusts you, man. Now, granted, hey, Eve can produce some monsters, man, but it's also conditioning. They're conditioned to not trust Jake, man. All right? For the time you're pre-K on up, man. All right? And Esau, he has something called scientific racism, where he justifies racism through science and studies, but most of those studies are tainted, and it's basically there to reinforce Edomite supremacy. That's all it is. Those studies are there to reinforce Edomite supremacy, man. All right, but the war starts with propaganda. The war starts with science. The war starts with quote-unquote research. The war starts with studies. And all the propaganda, all the science, all the research, all the studies, they all lead to you looking at the so-called black man like he's flawed. Which we're all flawed. Like he's inferior. He can't be trusted. Studies show. Studies. No, it's not studies. It's lies being forged. It's there to justify genocide because the ultimate goal is to delete Jake. See, bitches don't know why they hate Judah. They've been conditioned to hate Jake, man. The sexy raz and the Glorilla, the shit they say, is there to knock down the image of the Hebrew man, the Israelite man. To overthrow him, man. Through feminism, man. You see? That's pretty much the point, man. That's the war against Jake. And the war starts with science and propaganda. You know? And they know by the time Jake is 3rd grade, they know, okay, this is going to be a Jake that's going to be in prison. He's going to be incarcerated. They know that by the time you're in the 2nd, 3rd grade, by the time you're 8 years old, man. You know? As for my people, children are their oppressors and women rule over them. According to the scriptures. We're being oppressed. Jacob is being oppressed. I mean, slavery just ended 1865, 150 years ago. But then it was another 100 years of oppression called Jim Crow. So you were held back for hundreds of years. Then when he finally let you go, he blames you for being behind. Everybody is against the Israelite man, mainly the Southern Kingdom. All right? Fuck them. Fuck everybody, man. But it's the Most High punishing his lying, man. Yeah, his lying in a cage right now, man. You know? Everybody looks at Israel, the Israelite man, like he can't be trusted. He can't be. Meanwhile, the ocean is filled with plastic. The sky is filled with chemtrails. Your fake food is filled with chemicals. You dying. Not one Jake engineered a disease in which you die from. Not one Jake has made a white pill and sold it to you, made that your crush till you die. You know? You know? Yeah, man. Jake is overqualified for the jobs that he worked. He's being overworked and underpaid. But the main thing that Esau does, he creates propaganda to justify destroying you, man. Most of Jake was matriarch babies, man. And I noticed when you raise Jake in that matriarch, it makes him incompetent. He lacks that confidence, man. But the man has been devalued, so you don't see anything wrong with not having a father in Jake's life, man. Even everything you hear in the media, it just so happens to be talking about who? The so-called black man on social media. Pop the balloon this, social media that. Black man this, black man this. You see? All this bullshit. You know? But, I mean, that's pretty much the point. You know? It's the war against Jake, baby. You understand the war starts with propaganda, studies, and what it does, it dehumanizes Jake. The propaganda, the studies, the fake science, it dehumanizes a particular ethnic group. And the thing that's going to come after that dehumanization is the genocide. Hence Jacob's trouble. And but with that, and that's why I said in Revelation 12, You're gonna persecute them to keep the commandments. But their persecution gonna start with the media, which is already starting. With that, holy brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Shai, Bahashem Hakodash, and my honors to our elder apostles, elder bishops, great wisdom, well, peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David, the elect. Abba, Kom Yasha'Allah, Shalom.